Hey, it's Ken here with UAV Coach. Welcome to our final episode of the Can I Fly My Drone series for 2024. For this final video, we're going to address the question, can I fly my drone on Christmas Day? So let's jump in. As we enter the holiday season, we always get lots of questions from new drone owners. One of the most popular gifts for this time of year is the Small Unmanned Aircraft System, or SUAS, commonly known as the drone. If you got a new drone for Christmas and you've never flown a drone before, you might be wondering if you can just open the box, install the battery, and then start flying. First, I'm glad you're watching this video, and next, before you just start flying the drone around the house or the backyard, there are a few things that you need to know. Most drones sold in the US are small camera drone systems, and they consist of the drone with 4 or more propellers, a battery or batteries, usually lithium-ion batteries, a camera with a 2 or 3 axis gimbal, and a controller to control the drone. Controllers usually connect to your smartphone and require a particular app that allows you to see what the drone camera is seeing. And the app controls the functions of the drone in connection with the controller. Some controllers have built-in screen and the app already installed, so you don't need to use your phone. In some cases, you don't need a controller, you simply use your phone with the app. But before you do anything, I strongly suggest you charge all of the batteries that you'll be using to fly. If you're using your phone, make sure it's fully charged. If you have a controller, make sure it's fully charged. And make sure to fully charge the drone battery or batteries. When you first power on your controller and drone, you'll likely have to do some firmware updates, so you'll want to connect your controller to a Wi-Fi connection or have that ability through your phone. The app that you use to fly the drone will give you an indication if you need to do these updates. And don't forget to follow any other instructions that were provided with the drone to get it ready to fly. Now that you have a drone that's all ready to go, we need to talk about rules and regulations that apply to any drone that is flown in the United States. You may not know this, but even though you may look at your drone as a toy or just a camera that flies, it's actually considered to be an aircraft, just like a Boeing 747 is an aircraft. So there are Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, regulations that you're required to follow. I'm not going to deep dive into everything, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do before you fly so that you will be following the regulations. FAA Part 107 is the regulation that covers drone operations in the United States. However, if you're only flying your drone for fun or personal enjoyment, there is a law that you can follow in place of Part 107. It's called the Exception for Limited Recreational Operations of Unmanned Aircraft, and it's under United States Code 44809 or USC 44809. We'll provide a link below. Now, there are a few things that USC 44809 requires you to do. First and foremost is you are required, before you fly your drone, to take a short online training. It's called TRUST, or the Recreational UAS Safety Test. And even though it's called a test, you can't fail. And it's free. UAV Coach administers the test for the FAA, so we'll provide a link to that. There's no charge and it only takes about 30 minutes to complete. You'll get a completion certificate, which you are required to have with you when you fly your drone. After you complete the trust test, there's one more requirement before flying. If your drone weighs more than 250 grams, you have to register it with the FAA. This costs $5 and it's done instantaneously on the FAA Drone Zone website. We'll also provide a link to that as well. If your drone weighs less than 250 grams and you only fly it for fun or personal enjoyment, you don't need to register it. So can you fly your drone on Christmas Day? Yes, you sure can. But you need to do a few things first. First of all, charge all of your batteries fully. It'll just make your life easier. Install the required app and make sure your firmware is updated. Review USC 44809 and take the free guaranteed to pass trust test. Don't forget to register your drone if it weighs more than 250 grams. And follow the safety guidelines of a community-based organization like the AMA. We'll have a link to this and other CBOs. These safety guidelines require you to A, always keep your drone within visual line of sight, and B, stay clear of any other aircraft like low-flying helicopters or airplanes. And C, fly below 400 feet above ground level and stay clear of airports or military bases or other hazardous areas. And download an airspace app like AirAware or Autopilot or Air Control to know that you're in an area that's okay to fly. And last is don't fly recklessly or carelessly. Your pro tip is to make sure you take the trust test so that you begin to understand the rules around flying a drone. Remember that your drone is an aircraft, so you need to follow the rules to make sure you aren't flying in an unsafe manner that can hurt you or someone else. Even though you aren't required to follow FAA Part 107 to fly for fun, it's a great idea to review the basic rules in that regulation as well. That'll help you in the future if you decide to go on to get your remote pilot certificate. Drone Pilot Ground School is an online course that helps you prepare for taking the FAA knowledge test to get your remote pilot license. And it guarantees that you'll pass that test. Also, UAV Coach has hands-on training with flight instructors like me across the country. If you want to become more proficient and comfortable flying your drone, book a session with an instructor near you. Go to uavcoach.com and sign up. And don't forget to check out all of the videos in this series. We've tried to answer the most common questions about flying a drone in the United States. Let us know your thoughts below and let us know what drone you got for Christmas. Also hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe and notification buttons to be notified of upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and from all of us here at UAV Coach, we wish you blue skies, safe flying, and happy holidays. We'll see you next year.